Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tish and I am about to share with you 3 incredible, amazing recipes that you guys, I can guarantee, are going to love. This year has been one of the most transformative years of my life personally, and I just wanted to say thank you for everyone who has supported my channel, left a comment, sent me a supportive message, who has bought my ebook, come to my events. It means so much to me. I'm definitely going into 2018 just with a fearlessness. I wouldn't say a complete lack of fear, but just this kind of idea or thing in my head that I can achieve anything that I want, and I'm hoping that you guys have that as well. It's just aim for the sky, go and get what you want in 2018, okay? So I was thinking this week, what kind of video would you guys want to see for the new year? I wanted to inspire you through magic in the kitchen. I hope you guys like this one. If you do, give it a like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. Go follow me at Tish Wonders on Instagram so you can keep up to date with my weekly meals, because I post occasionally on there too. Let's get straight into the first recipe. So the first recipe is this crowd pleaser. It is a creamy mushroom and broccoli pasta. It is so good. So you are going to need some mushrooms, broccoli, some pasta, some cashews, lemon, lots of garlic, onions, and some flat leaf parsley. Soak the cashews, preferably overnight or for at least 4 hours before you cook up this meal. Begin by slicing the mushrooms into fine slices, followed on by chopping up the broccoli into some small pieces. Now peel and chop the onions and the garlic. I chose to keep 3 garlic cloves whole because I am going to blend it into the cashew sauce. So in a food blender, add the soaked cashews, onion powder, chili flakes, some salt, sea salt or pink salt, a squeeze of lemon juice, the garlic cloves, some olive oil and some tamari, followed on by some water, which is just going to blend everything nice and smooth together. Blend it until it is smooth. You can give it a little taste, adding maybe a little bit more salt or a bit more chili flakes or a little bit more lemon juice, and then set the cashew sauce aside. So in a frying pan, add the coconut oil and then go ahead and throw in the onions and the garlic on a low to medium heat, just mixing everything together. Then go ahead and throw in the herbs, which is just going to bring this dish to life. We're going to use a lot of herbs in this recipe, and then throw in the broccoli, and I added more black pepper. There's a lot of black pepper in this recipe. It's just one of those dishes that needs a lot of black pepper. So mix everything together and then follow on by adding the mushrooms. I chose to add a little bit more tamari just to cook everything down and make everything that little bit more delicious than it already is. So add the cashew sauce to the frying pan or to the saucepan, whatever you choose to use, and just gently heat it on quite a low heat. Again, I added more black pepper, no surprise there, and just gave everything a mix until everything was heated and just smelling delicious. I then added in the fresh parsley and just mixed everything together. Then we're just going to set the sauce aside until we need it for the pasta. So bring some water to a boil and go ahead and cook your pasta. Give it a rinse after you've cooked it just to avoid it sticking together, and then throw it back into the saucepan, and then follow on by adding in the creamy, yummy cashew sauce, and yeah, just mix everything very gently together. Everything's gonna be piping hot and just smelling so good. And then it's time to plate. So grab your plate or your plates and dish up this pasta any way you want to. I chose to add some more fresh parsley, and I added some crispy mushrooms, which is simply just some coconut oil fried with a few leftover mushrooms and a splash of tamari. And then I, of course, added more black pepper on top. So that is the first amazing, crazy, delicious recipe, which is perfect for the new year. So the second recipe is a sweet potato and lentil soup. This is so great. You can make big batches of this. So you are going to need some sweet potatoes, some celery, a leek, some onions, garlic of course, a lot of ginger, some red lentils, some coconut cream, and a little touch of lemon juice. So chop up the onions, finely slice the garlic and ginger, slice the celery along with the leeks, cut the sweet potato into pieces. So these are some of the spices that are going to go into this soup. So we've got some cumin, some paprika, some turmeric, and some garam masala. We're going to add some more herbs, but these are the spices that we're going to be using. So in a saucepan, heat some coconut oil. If you don't use oil, of course, you can use water. It's up to you. Add in the onions, garlic, ginger, and leeks, and just begin to mix everything on a medium heat. Go ahead and add some salt to taste, all of the spices that you saw earlier, along with some dried parsley and some dried oregano and some dried thyme. So mix everything and then throw in the celery, mixing everything again. Go ahead and add a generous amount of black pepper, followed by the sweet potatoes. So go ahead and rinse the soaked red lentils, add them to the pot, followed on by the coconut cream and then the water, which is going to cook everything down, give everything a mix, let all the flavors combine. So cover the pot until everything is bubbling and then go ahead and add in, if you want, a little bit of lemon juice. So once the sweet potato is cooked and everything is ready to be blended together, go ahead and add all of the ingredients to preferably a high-speed blender. If you don't have a high-speed blender, you may have to do it in 2 batches and that will work just as well. So blend up your soup until smooth. This is the point where you can adjust the consistency. If you like it a little bit more thinner, you can go ahead and add a little bit more water. And again, you can adjust the taste. So if you need a little bit more pepper, a little bit more salt, a little bit more herbs, you can go and throw that in and then blend it up again. I like my soup like a rich velvety consistency. Now it's time to add it to the serving bowls. So go ahead and pour your warm delicious soup into the bowls. I just topped mine with a few little pea shoots, a little bit of olive oil and a nice little bit of black pepper on top. So that is recipe idea number 2. This is just such a perfect winter warming, very affordable meal that will go a long way. So recipe number 3, my favorite. There are no words to describe the final recipe: cauliflower steaks and mashed fried cabbage potato. Are you ready for this? Okay, so you are going to need some cauliflower, some potatoes, white cabbage, some kale, which I chose just to steam on the side, some leeks, and some garlic. So begin by peeling your potatoes and chopping them into kind of medium-sized chunks because we don't want to take too long for them to boil. Finally slice your leeks and your white cabbage and then go ahead and add your potatoes to some boiling water and cook until soft. Meanwhile, you can heat some coconut oil in a frying pan and add your chopped cabbage, just mixing everything on a medium heat. Go ahead and add the leeks and you can add a little bit of salt if you wish to. The salt will just bring the flavor out, so I advise you to at this point. And then just cook everything down until the cabbage is kind of like just flavorsome and crunchy. So once the potato is soft, rinse the water out and place them back into the saucepan, followed on by a little bit of Dijon mustard, a good helping of black pepper, and a little bit of almond milk or any type of nut milk that you wish to if you want to. You could also add a little bit of coconut oil or olive oil at this point if you want to. Yeah, whatever works for you. We just want to make the potatoes like creamy and delicious. So go ahead and add in the fried cabbage and leeks, just mixing everything gently together, and then just set the mashed potato aside and we are going to prepare the cauliflower steaks. So to season the cauliflower steaks, mix some olive oil, some tamari, some honey, or you can use maple syrup if you don't want to use honey, some garlic, followed on by some dried parsley and some dried thyme, some paprika, and I chose to use a little bit of fresh chili. This chili wasn't very hot, but if you have some chili, go ahead and add some chili. I find that I can get 2 steaks out of each cauliflower, and the trick is to just cut the cauliflower steaks in the center and make sure that the stalk is on so then it won't all crumble apart. So cut your cauliflower steaks and place them on a flat baking tray and pour over the marinade, and then you want to like rub it in very well. Make sure all of the cauliflower is covered. I then added a little bit more salt and black pepper, and these delicious cauliflower steaks are now ready to go into a preheated oven of 210 degrees Fahrenheit, and they will be ready in about 25 to 30 minutes. So once the cauliflower steak is cooked, it's now time to plate up the food. So you can plate up the mashed potato, followed on by the steaks, and I simply steamed some kale on the side. I am lost for words in how to describe how good these cauliflower steaks are. You just have to try them for yourself to see. If any of you guys try any of these recipes, please tag me, let me know how it goes. You guys know I am going to be seeing you very, very soon. Take care. Hope you enjoyed this one. Bye.